Hey friend, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for joining me for day 19 of our New Year's challenge. It is the second to last class in our lovely New Year's challenge. I am so proud of you. No matter how much of this challenge you've done, no matter how long it's taken you to get here, congratulate yourself. You have done a fabulous, wonderful job. Today's class is a fabulous, wonderful, relaxing foam roller class. I do use a 36-inch long foam roller, the really long ones, and you'll see why. I really do recommend having the longer ones and the smooth ones. I am not a fan of the bumpy ones. They're great for particular things, but I find a smooth 36-inch long foam roller is the most versatile one that you can possibly have. There's so many things you can do with it. We're gonna kind of start with our feet, start with our lower body, and kind of work our way up, finishing with some lovely little neck stretching. I will put a link in the description below if you don't have a foam roller. I'll also link to one that's a little bit softer for any of us that doesn't like such a deep tissue massage kind of feeling. They do make softer ones that can be a little bit more gentle. There is a little balance work right at the beginning of class, so if you feel concerned about your balance, you might position yourself near a wall or a chair or something to hang on to, but that's just the very beginning of class, and the rest of it will be connected to the ground or the foam roller. So, roll out your mat, get ready to start rolling. We'll start standing and place your foam roller right in front of you and bring your right toe on top of it. If you do the left, it's okay, of course. We're always gonna do both sides. And I like to have my hands on my hips. If you're worried about balance, I would say go ahead and put yourself up against a wall. I don't remember if I said that in the intro or not, but you could absolutely be up against the wall for this to give yourself a little support, or a chair. Either way though, I just want you to press your heel down either towards the foam roller or towards the floor, whatever makes more sense in your head. For me, as I do that, I lightly lean forward and I get a little stretch to the back of my calf muscle. Now, you can make this as intense or gentle as you like. Back up if it's too much. Kind of bear down a little bit more if you want that deeper sort of stretch. And I will admit, my calves are a little extra sore. I'm trying to think why they would be. Sometimes you have a spot on your body that you're like, there should be a reason why I'm this sore here, and I don't remember, but that's okay. Now, all I want you to do is kind of lean back, and then again, lightly lean forward, heel down. Pick yourself up. One more time, light press down. Now this next time, back up, straighten your leg, flex your foot. If we can, bend your standing leg, lightly hinge forward. Now, even though this is more about kind of stretching, relaxing, doing some myofascial release on our foam roller, we can still think about our abdominal muscles. If we're doing our Beyonce booty here, we're not doing anything, we're doing no favors for our low back. So think low belly in, low back long, set the hips down, flex the foot a little bit more. Go ahead and come up, bring the foam roller back to you, drive the heel down again, lift up, little press down, lift up, one more time, little press down, and then back it up, straighten the leg, again, big flex, bend your standing knee if you can, lean forward, you can put your hands on the top of your thigh. Now I do not want you to like jam down onto your thigh so we're overlocking the knee. But I am flexing my foot enough so I get a little bit of stretch through the entire leg. I'm pulling those toes up there. This time I want us to find some external and internal rotation of the leg, and we might be able to go a little bit bigger or a little smaller than me, and it's okay. But notice how that changes the feeling there as we kind of rotate our leg in and out. You might pause with your leg rotating kind of away and our external rotation and sit a little deeper if you want to. That might be too much, you can come on up. We can do the exact same thing, lightly turning our leg in, kind of sitting deeper, seeing how that changes. I personally get a little bit more inner thigh sort of activation, stretch, sensation when I do the internal rotation, and then eventually just let that go. Go ahead and come on up. Shake anything out. We might feel a little tired now and then. It's work doing this kind of thing as well, so no worries if you feel a little tired by the end of class. With the left foot on or your opposite foot, just start by pressing the heel down. Notice what feels different from one side to the next. A lot of times we do have imbalances in our body, and it's not always because of some great big giant injury. It could just be because we favor one side. We do more things to one side than the other without thinking about it day by day. And of course, you're not necessarily always going to be able to correct or fix those little imbalances. But if you start to notice, hey, I am always holding my purse on my right side. I always hold baby to one side. Start to move those things to your other side and see if anything changes in your body day by day. Last one, little rock down. Lift on up. Push the foot away. Go ahead and really flex the foot. See if we can bend our standing leg and maybe take our hinge forward. Now, I'm not actively trying to arch my back, but I do ever so lightly stick my butt out just a little bit, and I get a deeper stretch to the back of my hamstring, and that feels particularly good right now. Go ahead and come on up. Wrap your toes around, and a few more times press your heel into the foam roller, lift up. Press the heel into the foam roller, lift up. And then reach it out, bend your standing knee, take your little hinge. Do we want to pause right here? Do we want to start to find that external and internal rotation of our hip? We might notice one side has a lot more, a lot less range of motion. My right side has a lot less internal rotation than my left side does. You can externally rotate, maybe pause, maybe drop down a little deeper. Same thing, toes in, maybe drop down a little deeper, and then let that go. Now from here, if you don't fall over, we are going to turn our foam roller long ways and sit on the very edge, letting our head and tail be connected by the foam roller. And this is why I like the long 36-inch long foam rollers instead of the shorties for this move right here. If you do not have one, there's definitely a link in the description. You can find the one that I use. And FYI, there are different foam rollers that have different densities. Some are softer than others. So if you're someone that doesn't like, a deep tissue massage, you might go for the lower density one. But when you arrive here on your foam roller, I like to have my feet a little wider than my hips so I feel more supportive. And I just take my hands out to a great big T. At first, maybe close your eyes and let yourself settle into the foam roller. Just notice how that feels, kind of holding the back of your body. Maybe we already kind of feel some knots or sticky points in our body. That might be the case. Begin to roll right and left. FYI, if you fall off the foam roller or if you feel awkward while we're here, you are absolutely not alone. I feel real awkward on the foam roller constantly, and it's okay because no one is in here watching us or judging us. We're just here doing something nice for our own body. Now eventually pull yourself back to center and pause. And whether our spine is imprinted or lightly arched, whatever feels best for you right now is okay. If we were going to do some Pilates work, I would say imprint the spine and find that activation. But since this is more about relaxation and some nice, easy self-massage, you can do what works best for you. But reach your fingertips far away. Now, if your hands do not touch the ground like mine are, it's okay. We're all a little different. You can, though, think about holding something heavy in your hand. And it's like you're almost trying to lift the heavy object up, but you're still pressing the arms down into the ground beneath you. Take a great big inhale. As you exhale, pull the arms up to the sky, palms facing each other. Keep holding a great big heavy present above you. Give it a big squeeze and start some shoulder protraction and retraction. Now, we've already done this week, but with our arms kind of hugging ourselves. I think the last time we did it, if I'm remembering correctly. But I want you to lift the shoulders up and then pull them down. Almost think about squeezing the foam roller, kind of pinching it with the tips of your shoulder blades. Oh, that feels really good to me right now. You can start to circle the shoulders. I had a new student in a live class somewhat recently do some work like this, and about halfway through our foam rolling, she said, "Wow, ouch." And I was like, that is the perfect description of foam rolling, of myofascial release. It is very wow, ouch. Like, wow, this feels both good and a little bit painful. It shouldn't be painful. We should know that there is a difference between circle your shoulders in the other direction, between, oh gosh, this is sensational, and oh gosh, this hurts. Now pause, squeeze the foam roller with the tips of your shoulder blades, flip your palms so they're facing towards your knees, and from here I want you to begin to pull your elbows down to the ground on either side of you. You may or may not be able to touch your elbows to the mat, and then inhale, pick your hands up, slide them back up. Now as we go up and down, you're really thinking about squeezing or pinching the foam roller, and when you reach the hands up, if it does feel good to kind of cave the chest in to pull the shoulders away, you absolutely can in this position. You might also feel little pops or a few knots in some places. That's normal. And of course, again, it might be sensational, will be sensational, but I don't want you to actually physically be in pain. If something really hurts, if there's some sort of sharp, acute pain, stop. That's not what we're here to do. This next time, reach your hands up and pause. You can actually touch the thumbs together. Sometimes it feels nice to almost hook my thumbs. So let's try that. Let's hook our thumbs. Reach your fingertips up and then slide them back behind you. Now your shoulders are probably up by your ears, which I usually say not to do, but right now that's okay. Pull your thumbs apart. Fan your fingertips and see if you can start to push your hands almost to the ground beneath you. If they do not touch, it's okay. And again, if we're arching our back and it feels nice, I'm fine with that. If it feels better to imprint the spine, you absolutely can. But think about shoulders down the back, chest nice and wide. Pull the thumbs away from each other. Take a big inhale. Exhale, reach your fingertips further away from your head and then slide them back up to the sky again. Now hook with the other thumb in front, the other one behind, and again, pull the pinkies away from each other, and then start to lift your hands high over your head towards the wall behind you. Once more, our hands may or may not touch the ground, but think about shoulders down, chest broad, pull the thumbs away, fan your fingertips away from one another. Take a big inhale, big breath out. Reach the fingers further towards the wall behind you, and then again, lift them up overhead. Release the hook on your little thumbs. Just take both hands high overhead this time. Now, unlike what I've been saying, we are going to imprint the spine right now. So press your small back into the foam roller. Reach your fingertips further away. Stretch from your right knee through your side body, out your right fingertips. Big inhale. Exhale, let that go. Press down through your left heel. Stretch long from the left knee to the left hip, to your shoulder, out your fingers. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Both hands nice and far away. And now cactus, bend your elbows. We've been doing this all throughout the challenge. And now we can actually really think about trying to press the hands, the elbows, the arms towards the ground behind us, not an imaginary wall, an actual floor beneath us. And then slide them back overhead. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten and reach. One more time, bend. And then almost tuck your elbows in towards the foam roller. Slide your fingertips down towards your heels. Swim your hands up overhead. Flip the palms. Pause. Cactus the arms. Tuck the elbows in towards the foam roller. Reach your fingertips down by your heels. Reach your hands up overhead. One more time. And now just reach your hands back overhead and hang out there for a moment. Maybe take a little sway right here. With my hands over my head as I kind of sway side to side, I do feel this a little bit deeper underneath my shoulder blades, and I also feel it a little bit into my glutes if I'm really kind of letting my butt be heavy on the foam roller and kind of sliding side to side on my booty. Again, if you fall over, no big deal. I've done that before. Take your hands out to a T and reach your legs long if you do not have plants in the way. Take them out to kind of a little X sort of shape. If this feels too much at all in any spot of the body, just stop, just pause and rebend the feet and plant them into the floor. That'll give you a little bit more support. Take a big inhale, big breath out, and then let that go. Now, this is a little bit funky. If we fall off, again, I've been there, don't you worry. I want you to scooch down to the edge of the foam roller, and we're gonna place the very back of our head on the very edge of the foam roller. So I'm not quite letting my head completely lean back and look behind me. It's more like the very tip of my skull is touching the foam roller, so I'm getting a little bit more space between chin and chest. And the foam roller is kind of driving into, not like almost where like your head and neck meet. And I want you to very lightly point your nose right and left. Now, if this does not feel pleasant or cooling, if it feels way too much, then just bring your head back completely on the foam roller. It's okay. But for me, this feels like a really nice little massage on the back of my head. And in fact, if I feel like I have a headache coming on, I will do this very gently. And usually it kind of helps relieve some of the pressure. Now, once or twice more side to side, no hurry, no rush. Eventually though, if we want to go deeper to more of a full stretch across our neck, we are going to let our head fall all the way back. You might have to scooch on the foam roller a little bit to allow that to happen. But it's almost like the foam roller is thrusting my chin up to the sky, making more space along the neck right there for me. Just take a few big breaths, let your head kind of fall to the ground more. And again, if this is not working for us today, it's okay, you don't have to do it. Hands can stay right in place. You might play with taking them back behind you. And again, almost stretching from your hips through your side body, out your fingers. Big full inhale. Big breath out. No hurry, no rush. We can stay a little longer if you like. But gracefully or awkwardly, I would say slide a little bit further down the foam roller so your head is back in line with the rest of your spine. Blink your eyes open if they were closed. Mine were closed because it felt so relaxing. And then I'm going to roll over to one side and come up to a seat. Now, if you want to, and it doesn't feel like it'd be too much of a balance, I'm going to sit on top of my foam roller, which is going to give my glutes a little bit of attention. If that feels too much, you don't have to do it. Sometimes it can feel like too much of kind of a balance challenge when we're up here, but I like to just gently sit on my foam roller, and it kind of puts a little pressure, kind of a little, almost a massage or myofascial release underneath my booty, kind of around where your piriformis muscle might be. And your legs can sit however you want to. If it feels like you can balance better with your legs out in front of you, that's great. The goal here though is that we are sitting up tall and straight. Belly button in, head lifts high. Take your hands to the tops of your thigh, or you can even hold on to the foam roller if that feels better. But I want you to, again, tuck the chin to the chest. So we got a stretch across the front of our neck. Now we're going to think about the back of our neck. Pull the chin in. You're going to give yourself a double chin. We will probably not feel very pretty here, and that's okay. It's not about that. Take a big inhale. Roll your right ear to right shoulder, looking at yourself, or I was about to say looking at yourself in the mirror, but there's no mirror in front of us, or maybe there is, I guess I don't know. But look forward, push your right ear down towards your right shoulder, lift your left ear up towards the sky. Take a big inhale, And then slowly swivel your chin back to chest. This is slow, this is smooth, this is steady. It's not a big fast whip of the head. We want to be kind and gentle to our neck. And then slowly, same thing other side. Roll your opposite ear to opposite shoulder. For me, that's my left ear pulling down to my left shoulder. My right ear lifting up to the sky. My right shoulder pressing down. Big inhale. Exhale, chin back to chest. Once or twice more, gracefully, easily, fluidly roll your ear from side to side. No hurry, no rush. Inhale on the way down. Exhale over. Inhale on the way down. Exhale over. Now do bring your chin back to chest. Bring your gaze upright. Sit a little taller. Hopefully we didn't slouch too much as we were doing that. As always, a great big pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I certainly hope you enjoyed our lovely foam rolling class today. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.